Disclaimer: this video is a work of fiction. It has nothing to do with Idol's real life, so don't take it seriously. This video has voiceovers. If you want, you can mute it. One was coming out of college when she saw that there was a black lavish Mercedes and a man was standing with his back supported to the car bonnet in a black suit, which is perfectly fitting his body, while a pair of goggles was covering his eyes and his eyes was stuck on the mobile screen. Wine hurriedly ran towards him and wrapped her arms around him. "I miss you," she said while hiding her face in Kookoff's neck. "I missed it too," he said with his brushing over her cheeks, and he sniffed her sweet lavender fragrance. "When you came back?" she asked while facing him. "The moment my jet landed in Korea, I came to meet you." One blushed at his statement. "How was the business trip to Japan?" "As usual, hectic and boring without you," he said while wrapping his arms around her waist. "By the way, am I looking handsome today?" "Why you asked?" she asked while raising her eyebrow. "'Cause the girls of your college are continuously staring at me like they have not seen such a handsome guy." One turned around as her back was facing them, and Jungkook saw a change in Vine expressions and all the people went away. "I think my kitten got jealous," he said to her. Vine started passing him glares with unserious face. "Shh, and sit in the car," she said while settling herself on the passenger seat. "Come inside fast. I don't want my girls to look at my man." "Ish, why you get jealous, love? I'm all yours only," he said while adjusting his seat belt. "You also get or not. When I talk to Rohan, don't take his name. First tell me from where you got this confidence, huh?" he said while coming closer to her face. A thin layer of sweat started forming on her forehead, and she moved her face to the other side. "So what should we do now?" she said while changing the topic. Jungkook adjusted himself on his seat. "Let's go to your favorite restaurant. It has been a long while," he said while keeping his eyes on the road. And holding her hand and keeping it on the gear machine with his hand, Wine smiled softly. "Time skip." JK dropped Wine to her house. "Good night and sleep well, love, okay?" he said while her forehead, eyes, cheeks, and nose "I due to now. I should be get going," she said while getting out of the car. "Go inside." "Bye. I love you." JK smiled at her and made sure she went inside, and he drove off. Wine entered inside her room with a beautiful smile on her face. I see someone is smiling a lot today," she said while folding her arms on her chest. Only she ran to her sister and hugged her. "Only he came after 2 weeks and first came to meet me. Wow, finally, the smile on my sister's face is back," she said while ruffling her hair. "Yes, Oni," she said while nodding her head like a child. When are you going to tell mom and dad about your relationship?" Vine's smile faded with her question. Anna know that Vine is in a relationship but she never saw Jungkook. Only I will tell them soon. That's like my bun. One dead dad has fixed my marriage with his friend's son, she said in a gloomy voice. But only, why are you upset about it? Nothing. Whiny Nona, I'm not ready for a marriage. But it's okay, Oni. Just meet him for once. If you don't like him, just tell dad. I'm sure he will understand you. Okay, you don't worry about me and go to sleep, she said while cupping wine cheeks, and she left the room. Next day, everyone was busy in the preparation of the guest at the house. In the evening, guests came and Wine mom opened the door and welcomed them with a warm smile. Hey buddy, how are you? He said while sharing a brotherly hug with Mr. Shane. It has been long, by the way. You grew old in these 12 years. Like you're looking very young, he said with a sarcastic tone, while the old lady shared a friendly hug. As it was a reunion of two best friends after 12 years. Come have a seat. The two old couples settled down and Wine came down and saw her parents chit-chatting. Wine went towards them and bowed them. Annie ghar se ho, uncle and auntie? Ayushin, your daughter is so well-mannered, he said while patting her head and giving her his blessing. She smiled softly at him. Dear, you are so beautiful. You have totally gone on your mother. Thank you, auntie, she said in the softest tone. And sat beside Anna. John, where is our son-in-law? Wait, he's coming. He went out to attend an important phone call. Wine was busy playing games on her phone when she heard a familiar voice. I'm here. I'm sorry I got late. Actually, some work came up, he said, and Wine looked up and her eyes got locked with his, whereas Jungkook's face color flew. And Wine gave him a what are you doing here look. JK sat opposite to Wine. His eyes were not leaving her. Actually, so the reason of this reunion is we have decided to get Jungkook and Anya married. Wine looked up at Jungkook shocked, but he was just sitting there motionlessly. Wine tears were making their way through her eyes, but she controlled them and excused her and left for her room. JK saw her going away. He excused himself with the reason of washroom. He held her hand by her wrist to stop her from going away. Wine listened to me. He saw tears in her eyes and his heart clenched. Let me explain. There is nothing left to explain, Mr. John. You are my sister fiance. Now you have no relation with me now. It's better. We should break up now. JK whined to the nearest wall. If this word came out of you once again, you won't be able to for a week. Wine, Jungkook, leave me. JK realized his actions. And loosened his grip on her shoulder, and she went away. Now what should I do? He said, running his hair in his hand in his hair. Downstairs during their conversation, JK tried to talk to Wine, but she maintained a distance. In the John mansion. Dad, I don't want to marry Mr. Shin's daughter. Anna, please, Dad. Now you can't back off Jungkook. I already fixed your marriage, but Dad, I love Wine. Leave her, he said in a cold tone. A loud sound was heard and Mr. Jeon turned around and he saw pieces of vase coming out of Jungkook's hand. I'm not marrying anyone. Jungkook, listen to me. He was calling him from behind, but JK didn't pay heed to his callings. Jungkook was driving crazily on the road until he stopped the car at a roadside and kept his hand on the steering wheel while tears kept falling from his eyes. He tried calling Vine many times, but she didn't pick up any, and now he was getting scared that he will lose his love. Next day, Jungkook was waiting for Vine outside her college, but when Vine came out, she ignored him and sat in her car without even looking at him. Vine, listen to me. We need to clear this matter. I don't want to talk about anything. It's good for us if we not talk. Bye. She went from there. As days were passing by, all the functions were taking place, and Vine did not take part in any of the functions. She went out of the city with excuse, as she don't have the courage to say Jungkook with someone else. She got many messages and calls from Jungkook, but she replied to none of them. Vine was doing her work to distract herself when she got a call from her sister Anna, and she picked up with a smile on her face. I missed you, she said in a loud voice. Only why are you? My ears are not working because of you. Now enough with their work. Come back soon, or I will come there. Tomorrow is my marriage and you are still not here. Vine's eyes got filled with tears that tomorrow is the final day when her love won't be hers anymore. Only don't worry, by tomorrow morning I will be with you. That's like my good girl. Then see you tomorrow. Love you, my baby. Love you too, Unni. She hanged up the call. My destiny is so bad with me, but I am happy that my sister is happy, she said with a sad chuckle. Tomorrow, Vine reached at the venue where her love will take vows in front of her, but she won't be the bride. Vine reached the bridal room to meet her family, and there she saw her sister with bright smile posing for her pics. Only she called for her. Vine, you are here, she said while hugging her sister. Only you are looking like a fairy in the white gown. Thank you, princess. Vine, dear, you are finally here, Mama. Her mother's eyes filled with tears. I miss you so much, daughter. Her mother said, Mom, where is Dad? Dear, he is outside attending. The guest. Now let's take Anna. We are getting late for the marriage. Okay, Mom, she said by hiding her behind her beautiful smile. Vine was watching her sister walking down the aisle with her father beside her. Vine did not even look when her sister was taking vows. Vine was looking down to hide her tears until someone whispered in her ear, wedding is going on there and you're looking down, soon to be Mrs. John. Vine looked up in the person's eyes. What are you doing here? She asked with a shocked face. I'm invited at the wedding, so I would be here only. Are you mad? You are going to get married with my sister. If you are here, then who is with her? What's there, darling? She's getting married. Can anyone tell me what is happening here? Maybe you really think I will marry someone else, leaving you? Love, it's not possible in this lifetime. Can you tell me what is happening? First, stop crying. Flashback. What should I do now? I don't want to marry her sister. JK called a call from Anna. Hello. Hello, Jungkook. Come to our house. I want to discuss about something. I don't want to come, he said in a cold tone. Please, Jungkook, it's related to you and wine. Jungkook was shocked. How she knows about their relationship. Okay, I'm coming. He reached at her house and Anna and Jungkook talked to Wyan's father, and there she confessed that she can't marry Jungkook cause she loves someone else. At first her father didn't agree, but after seeing his sister pleadings, he agreed to get her married to someone else. And as about my father was not ready to cancel the marriage, but your father consoled him also. And about you, I tried to call you so much, but you just left me. I tried to tell you this thing through your mom and sister. One realized she was wrong, and you ended our relationship. Wow, Miss Shin Wyan. I'm sorry. Now what should I do with this sorry? Forgive me, please. Okay, I can take off forgiving you if you marry me. One looked up at him with sparkly eyes, and she hugged him tightly. Will you marry me soon to be Mrs. John Jungkook Wyan? Yes, I will marry you, Mr. John. JK held her chin, and Wyan smiled in between.